Commitment. A lot of y'all have issues with commitment, I'm sure. So you had your partners, your homies, your homegirls, homeboys, whatever you got in your life. And they're like, you have commitment issues. And you might. Now, how might that be impacting you as a gamer? Well, do you ever think you're wasting your time playing the game you're playing, training the way you are, putting in the hours and hours of grinding, of learning a matchup, of learning a system, of learning your character, of learning your combos, of learning all the other things that make you a good player? That those of us who choose to commit ourselves to being good at the things we like to do. That's commitment. And when I'm listening and reading Twitter and Reddit, which I do watch and I do read, I see a lot of folks having issues with commitment. I see folks talk about how they get to King, Tekken King, like yours truly did, and then they hit rank 2.0, get demoted all the way back to the bottom of purple. Or maybe they're, purple, and they got the Fujin, and they got demoted all the way back to the beginning of purple. And when that happens to them, what do? They start to be like, I don't know if this is a game for me. Or they're like, I just got so mad, or I stopped playing. But like, they want to play. So I'm not talking about a person who got bopped all the way down and was like, oh, I don't actually like this game. I'm not talking about that person. That person knows what they want. They know who they are, what kind of player they are, and what drives them. Because they know this isn't for me. I'm talking about the other kind of player. The one who's going back and forth, in and out the relationship all the time with the game. And when you do that, you cut your ankles. You cut yourself off at the ankles. Because all that time you're spending away from the game, knowing you're going to come right back. You could have taken a break, potentially, for a few weeks. I took a break for a few weeks. Because I was like, I'm frustrated. And I've now hit the point where I need to make a decision about my commitment to Tekken. Do I really want to win this game? Do I really want to get good at this game? And do I want to do all the things? Some of the things is like, taking out the trash. Someone metaphorically and realistically taking out the trash. Or am I content with just kind of being kind of booty at the game? And I know myself. I know what I want. I know what kind of player I am. I know what I'm capable of as well. And I want to get there. So that's the first part of getting good at something. You have to commit to wanting to get good. And you can't just fall out of love because you had a rough patch. So what's a better way to deal with that? You're mad? You need to take a break? What could you do instead? You can just think about the game. Like, instead of raging about the game, instead of going on Twitter and rage posting about how Jin's down 2 is stupid and it shouldn't be counter hit launcher and it shouldn't do this and that. Instead of all that, what you could do is think about, all right, a committed player is going to say to themselves, how do I deal with this as my character? What might I do? And how might I more effectively punish an opponent who is trying to do certain things to me that are annoying? Like Jin's down 2. Well, you could commit to practicing it, as in block punishing it. You could commit to hop kicking it. All right? So this is about commitment to your training. That's the first kind of commitment one needs. You're choosing to get good at a game. This is the second layer of commitment now. Now you're in the game, you committed to the game, and every action you take within the game is kind of half cocked. you're not choosing to really do anything. You're always going for either a jab pressure, a light pressure thing that won't really let you get opened up all that much. So if your jab gets stepped, you're going to get launched if someone is going to call that out properly. But let's ignore that for a second. You're trying to play small Tekken, just small Tekken. That's it. That's all you're doing. But like, you're not doing it super well. And when you do finally get a chance to use the advantage you have, you're not taking advantage of the situation effectively, and you're not making choices or reads based off of the situation you just created. You're just continually doing effectively nothing. Now, will that get you pretty far? Probably in the ranks, yeah. But there comes a point where if you don't start making a committed choice, like your opponent might be really good at defending, they might be good at step blocking, or sidewalk block, or step duck block, OS stand, or step low parry block, step again, and as you hear, there's layered defensive options on top of each other. And to stop those kinds of things, you got to make a commitment, either to pressure them with an attack, especially if it's your turn by a lot, right? I'm not talking about you're like only +1. I'm talking like you're +7 now, you're +8. What are you doing? Like, do something. You're just gonna let them dance around you, let them control the pace of the battle? Commit to something. Commit to doing something. And even if the thing you're committing to is nothing, even if the thing you're committing to is, I'm going to not actually reveal anything because I think the situation is not safe enough yet because of the range, or because of the life differential, or because of the resource management, or the walls there. There are a lot of reasons why you might not want to continue to pressure, but in that instance, you're committing to playing safe. That's not the same as the person who just keeps throwing out super safe things over and over again. That's low reward. Sometimes you need to go for a moderate reward thing. Sometimes you need to go for a small reward, and then just go for the haymaker once in a while if you have a read. Like, there are a lot of actions in these fighting games that we play that really reward you if you like commit to your decision. Don't hesitate or hesitate. But whichever thing you choose to do it with your full chest. Don't be like, I think I'm gonna do this. Don't, just do it. Just do it. So what? Who cares? What? Like, just do it. Do the thing. Just do it. Stop being afraid of your actions and the consequences of them. Because if you continue to try to skirt your commitment to Tekken or any fighting game into getting good, or to acting within the game, and not action's an action, but that's still something you should commit to, or to reacting. So I'm going to sit here and try and react. Okay, cool. That's a commitment though. Like, you have to decide to do that. There are certain things in these games that you have to commit to, certain moments where you have to commit. And if you don't, you've suddenly made the thing you're doing weaker and less effective. So, kind of building on the strategy talk, try to make your actions decisive. What do you think? Are you decisive? Are you wishy-washy? Are you still getting your girlfriends to tell you, hey, are we really gonna go get that pizza tonight, or watch a movie, or whatever? Or are you that girl who's like, I don't know what to eat, because like whatever you want to eat, it's like, no, pick a place, okay? Pick a place. You know you're hungry. Like basically, your life will be easier if you reflect on what you want to do in the game and with your life, and then do it with your full conviction.